Good afternoon from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's Ryan.
And Brie.
And on today's adventure, we're going to Anakeesta's WildSide. It's their grand opening. We're going to hopefully be able to jump on a UTV. I did this last time I went to WildSide. You weren't able to come, so hopefully you'll be able to go on a UTV ride. We don't plan to do any biking today, but on our last WildSide video, I showed you what some of the bike trails are like. You can check out that video after you watch this one. I'm just excited to hang out with you on a date. We just dropped off the kids at a birthday party. They really wanted to hang out with their friends, so it turns out it's just me and you and everybody watching. I'm excited to go try some fun food.
Me too.
And maybe go get on a UTV with you.
Sounds good.
You're going to be driving, right?
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe?
Okay. Maybe. I might.
So, without further ado, let the adventure begin.
We made it to WildSide. That was a fun curvy road to get back here.
Turned out to be a beautiful day here at WildSide. Let's go get checked in. Brie signed a waiver and we're going to be doing a 4:15 UTV ride here at Anakeesta's WildSide. Brie actually needs to get some different shoes, so I'm going to go to the car and she's going to play with these puppies.
They're so sweet.
Look at this. See, team dog.
I like dogs.
Team dog. They have this little fireplace area here at WildSide to hang out in between bike rides or UTV tours. And we're going to go head over here and see if we can find a cool drink before we head off on our UTV tour. So a UTV tour just left. Ours is going to be heading out in a little bit, and then we'll come back here to this area over here. They've got a screen, and they'll be doing a big announcement at 5:30. So they have the red box hibachi. We might have to try that after our tour and announcement. And then they have this good hombres, which is from Maryville and is often set up in Knoxville. And what did you get from there?
This is a chocolate tres leches cake, which I've never had chocolate tres leches. Figure why not have dessert first?
They have these nice little centerpieces here at the table that we found some shade under a fan. Brie, how's the chocolate tres leches cake?
It's delicious, extremely moist like a tres leches cake would be, with some really yummy chocolate frosting. I'm enjoying it.
So we are going to grab our helmets in just a little bit and bring you guys up on a UTV tour in just a moment. This is where you're going to want to go when you do have a booked UTV tour, to come in here and get your helmets and all set up.
How do I look?
You look like you're ready
Fashionable.
to hop on a Harley bike or something with me.
Vroom, vroom.
I did ask, and you are actually able to bring your own helmet if it's DOT certified. So here at WildSide, they do have a shuttle if you're doing the mountain biking that will get you all the way to the top to ride down. But let me go over here and talk to Austin from Anakeesta about the UTV rentals they have here. So tell us a little bit about renting a UTV. What's the pricing and the type of different UTVs you can get here?
So here at WildSide, we offer 3 different types of vehicles. They start at $279 per vehicle. So we have a 2-seater, a 4-seater, and a 6-seater. And now we have just introduced a way that, maybe you're coming here by yourself, you can buy a ride with a guide, which is $39.99 per seat.
The best way to book is online in advance to make sure that there will be a UTV if you're coming here to Pigeon Forge in the future.
Absolutely. So here at WildSide, we do take walk-ups, or you can also rent online. We always encourage to rent online. That way you get the coolest vehicles, because they do sell out a little faster.
So before we hop into our UTV, we're going to do a quick safety briefing.
This is going to be a short, expedited tour, all right? Just so y'all know, all right? This is a special day, a lot of special stuff going on. We got some big announcements, some big things happening later. You ever driven one of these before?
No.
Nope. All right. Well, you drove your car up here, right?
Yeah.
You didn't pedal a bike or anything.
No, no.
So skinny pedal go, fat pedal slow, you know that?
Got it.
All right, sweet. I promise you 99% of the situations, if you just put your foot down, give it a little bit of gas, it'll get you out of there.
You're good
all
to
right?
go. Okay.
These aren't like cars. It's not like when you let your foot off the pedal, it idles forward. Nah, you gotta give it the gas.
Okay.
You gotta give it the gas. All right.
Okay.
Like I said, don't mess with my buttons. You're in 4x4. You're in trail. You're good to go.
All right.
Yep. Everything looks good. You ready?
Ready.
All right.
You know what you're doing, Brie?
Yeah.
I think you have to push that in right there.
No.
That was a test. You passed it. He said, don't
Push
touch
any buttons.
the buttons. We're not going to touch the buttons.
I'm going to tell on you to buck.
They have the announcement at 5:30. I hope they delay it because we're a little behind on our UTV trail start time. So here we go.
Yeah, okay, I see what he means. It doesn't really just move like a car. You got to give it gas. Oh, this is fun.
We're gonna go ahead and we will hold tight.
It's like a cool breeze. We're in the woods.
No kids arguing with each other.
This is great.
We got somebody hopping in on the back of the tour, so we're just holding up for them.
I'm really glad the person behind me like stopped way back. So now I've like that's eased my nerves if they're gonna run right back right into the back of it. I could be a grandma driving.
Going past the bike crossing to our first
Oh my goodness.
little drop.
This bit of trail is a good time to get used to your gas pedal.
Oh my goodness.
I think I got a little wet.
I think you did.
Maybe a little, just a little.
Woo!
Whoa! Whoa!
Total housing in Tennessee, just a booster, 200 off.
I have no idea what he just said. Did you hear him?
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
like, you know, Charlie Brown and the Peanuts teacher.
With this thing being so loud, it's hard to hear. Oh my goodness gracious.
And just said, this is
There are some additional trails we could do, but we're going to keep this to about 45 minutes rather than the standard hour and a half.
If you're not still in it, drop it back into high.
Okay.
He just said on the radio, let's find out why they call this Rodeo Ridge.
Oh boy. Yeehaw.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm getting a little nervous.
I'd ask her a question right now, but she is in the zone.
I'm just praying. Lord, keep us safe.
Why?
Turn it in and cut
Plug
it in.
in. Is that what he
There
said?
you go.
Cut
You got
in.
it.
Take it wide and cut it in.
Take it wide and cut it in. You got it.
Trying to make me happy and laugh. I'm very like nervous.
You're doing great. Oh, nice little drop. Not too bad.
That
We're
feels
nice
a little better now
area.
down here.
Oh, they took it a little too wide, I think. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright, folks, on these sharp turns, don't forget to cut that wheel all the way. Cut that wheel all the way.
Oh gosh.
Oh. Whoa, nice job. That is a tight fit.
That is very tight.
Come up to a little log jam here.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Woo.
All right, we have switched. Brie prefer that I do this section, which we can go as slow as we want through these rocks. A little bumpy area, and then we got a really hard turn up there.
Okay. Oh goodness.
Oh, you know.
Oh goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was enough for me. I'm passenger princess. We're almost to the top and we're gonna take in the view.
We made it.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into, to be quite honest. Like,
Some of those turns can be a little bit intense,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was more than I'm used to driving.
So I've driven all sorts of different vehicles, and so it doesn't bother me, but I can understand you're a little more timid around the corners. But let's hop out here and check out this view up here.
It was fun, but I'm ready to be the passenger princess.
Let's check out the view. If you look past this part right here, that's actually Mount LeConte over here. So hopefully we'll get you trained up and you can make it to the top of Mount LeConte with me, which the view from there is absolutely amazing. Well, back to Passenger princess.
Yes, if I only had my coffee. That would probably be a disaster.
We normally could hang out at this spot a little bit longer, but they have the big announcement, so we're gonna work our way back down. And yeah, you can just get to relax on this ride.
Sounds great. Much more my speed right here. I'm glad I did it though, because you gotta try, right?
Exactly.
I'm up for anything. As long as it's over by 9 p.m., involves food,
Yeah, true.
depending on the weather, how I'm feeling, and I need to know where all the bathrooms are.
All right, we're on the home stretch. I haven't hit any trees because these trees will like come real close to you here.
It's tight.
Wide and
Wide?
cut it in. Oh my!
gosh,
I don't think
you're
I'm
not
gonna.
gonna make
I'm
it.
not gonna make it.
Oh, I made all the turns and Ryan didn't.
Right out here. Please don't stop and take a look at it. If you see it, just keep it rolling. Your safety in there.
It's a tight, hard right there. You spotted something up ahead?
I feel like they did, so
Is it a bear up ahead?
might be a bear.
What are we looking for? The bear that ran across the
A bear.
trail in front of me, but he took off through the woods. So.
Oh,
Oh, he took off.
you watch for bears. I'll watch the road and keep us on it.
Sounds good. Sounds like
Whoa! Look at that turn.
perfect.
Wow.
Whew. I feel like those are like the logs on the Animal Kingdom safari.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. You smell that?
Tacos?
Smells like a taco truck. We're closing in. And we've made it back to base camp.
Hallelujah.
So now that we've made it back from the UTV tour, it's time for the special announcement. Here are some of the highlights.
We stumbled across this property 3 years ago. And originally we looked at it and we said, I don't really know what worked for this property, what makes the most sense. There were some other developers that were also looking at the property and they were looking at doing cabins out here. And Lord knows we do not need more cabins in Sevier County. First thing that we really looked at is why do people come to the county? Like, why are they coming to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge? And really the answer is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. You know, there are over 12 million visitors a year, most visit National Park in the U.S. And, you know, the ironic part about that is only 10% of the people actually get out of their cars, which is a mind-blowing, you know, stat for me that people come all the way out here and they won't even hop out of their car. So really a driving factor for us with WildSide is we wanted to build a place that you could do all the things that you wish you could do in the Smoky Mountains, but you can't. You look at Western North Carolina and it is a hub for mountain biking, rock climbing, like all those outdoor sports and those things that really get people outside. And that was really the driving factor for us to build WildSide. We wanted to build mountain biking trails. That was a big gap in the area here. We wanted to go off-roading. So that's what we have today is our first phase. And my dad here in a second will talk about our future phases that we're going into. So 900 acres, 1,500 feet of elevation gained from here to the very top of the mountain, which is quite a bit. What we have developed today is less than 150 acres. So there is a lot of expansion that we have here in the future. And really, as we grow, what the goal is really to make adventure accessible for everyone. We want to get people out on mountain biking trails. We want to get people off-roading. You know, the family from Illinois that's never been off-roading, this is a great spot to do it. A controlled environment, entry level. So that's really what our goals are here. So we have 8 miles of mountain biking trails in this first phase. We have around 8-9 miles of UTV tours. And that's really just phase 1 for WildSide. We opened up July 19th, so we're very fresh, very new, and already we have some huge expansion plans. So without further ado, I'll introduce my dad here, Bob Bentz.
Thank you, Bryce. Everybody wants to hear from me what the big announcement is. And the big announcement is how I broke my foot. So we're going to talk about today and whether or not it happened here at WildSide. That's the big question. And the answer to that question is you really don't need to know the answer. It's none of your business. So actually, I did not break it here, by the way. So But today is my first day of walking in 6 weeks, so I'm excited about that. Woo! Yeah, so get back on my mountain bike here shortly. And I think a lot of people need to get outside, and that's been really a vision for what we have had as a family really here in East Tennessee. And like Bryce indicated, you got so much of everything else that's not related to the mountains, and we think that this is a great opportunity to get out. You can't go mountain biking in the national park. You can't ride a UTV on off-road trails in the national park. You cannot hike with your dog in the national park. So these and many other things you're going to be able to do here at WildSide. And all you got to do is walk 10 feet back into the woods, and you're going to see it's as beautiful as the national park. It is a spectacular piece of property. And again, I think God put you where he wants you to be, and we were fortunate to be able to find this property, be able to acquire it, and hopefully preserve it as an outdoor adventure park for the community and for the tourists that come, visitors that come to the Smoky Mountains. On that note, you would think, hey, this is the grand opening, so why are you talking about new things? But that's my job here today, so I want to address what's coming up in the future. Like Bryce gave you an overview of what we have done so far. What's coming up is we are going to double the number of mountain biking trails. We're already working on new trails. We have about 8 miles. This time, probably this next spring, and about 8-9 months from now, we should double that, have about 16-17 miles of mountain biking trails. I know one of the requests we received, and I know it's from all of you, is to have more difficult black trails bombing down the mountain. I'm sure that's what you guys all want, and someplace where you can break your foot. So that I think is what a lot of our guests have asked for, what we're looking to provide and do into the future. Also regular introductory trails too. We want people to get into mountain biking, which is why we have e-bikes and regular bikes and a shuttle system. So we're excited about that. And like Bryce said, we've only developed a very small portion of the property. And just a sense of scale, the mountain biking area, it's 600 feet above this. So we got 1,500 feet. So we're only about 35-40% of the mountain. So we're nowhere near the top. So we have a long way to go. From a UTV perspective, UTVs are going to be a mainstay, I think, here at WildSide. And we are looking to also double the number of trails. We're, in fact, in a couple of weeks, Labor Day weekend, we're opening up a brand new trail, which is probably, if you thought this were exciting, it's going to be double the excitement. It's a lot steeper, more difficult trail system that brings you much higher into the mountains. So something that you got to come back, visit us and see. It's going to be fun. And then we're going to add a bunch more UTV trails at all different levels, all being guidance for our guests. Again, we want to get them out into the mountains, into the Smoky Mountains. The base camp area, today we got the food trucks here. I think beginning in March, we're also going to begin serving food out here at WildSide. We'll have some alcoholic beverages and regular beverages. So we think it's going to be a great place to come out, hang by the fire after you've had a nice day and enjoy yourself. So it's a really peaceful place here in the Smokies. As far as the new things, we have the one big new announcement besides my foot is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to play a little video here, and I'll give you a little overview of what we're looking to do, which I think we all think is incredibly exciting. Go ahead. So, as you saw, because we are not creative with names, we came up with it. We're calling it the Mega Zip right now because it is a Mega Zip. It is, as the video just showed you, the longest zip line in the United States. That includes Alaska and Hawaii. So, of all of our 50 states, it is the longest one in the United States. It's over 1 mile long. It's about 5,800 feet. And those are real videos, by the way, from the real top looking down. And I'm a real outdoorsy. Our family is very outdoorsy. And I get up there and I look down and go, whoo, it's a long way down. It's going to be non-refundable once you leave here, by the way, because and we have diapers in top too, the case you want to go when you go down. But it's an incredible ride. And it's a really cool zip line system. It actually has a braking system in there, so you can actually control your speed as you go down the zip line. So that's super cool. In addition, it's 4 parallel lines, so that's kind of unheard of too. So you can go with 3 of your closest friends down the zip line. So I think it's going to be incredible. Just to give you again how high it is in the mountains, the drive from here there, it takes about 25 minutes in our vehicle to get up there. This is not a 5-minute drive and bang, you're there and away you go. It's that far up the mountain. It's several miles to get to it, and that's at a very steep climb going up. So everybody's always looking for the biggest, longest, fastest, whatever, and I think this is certainly going to check that box for everybody, including ourselves. So we're super excited about that. I think it's going to add a whole new spin on what ziplining is all about, because I think we've all, probably many of us have been ziplining, but I don't think anybody's been on a mile-plus long zip line for that kind of an elevation drop. So it's going to be really, really, really exciting. It begins way, way up there, and it ends right over here, right behind the village, and it actually goes right over the building. You may see some little stakes out here, actually marks the line that the zip line is going to be on. So we're really, really excited about that, and that's going to be a great addition, I think, also to WildSide. So on that note, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it.
So there is a look at the big news that we were waiting to hear. The largest zip line in the United States is coming here to the Great Smoky Mountains, which we are excited to hopefully, Lord willing, come back here when it opens spring of next year, 2025. We'll see who all in the family will be brave enough, as it will be a 4-lane zip line.
And we can race each other. I'm thinking I'm going to beat you.
So we'll see. So if you'd like to see more info about the new zip line, make sure you are subscribed. But we have had a fantastic evening here at WildSide. What'd you think of UTV Tours?
I think it was much more thrilling than I expected, but I really did enjoy it. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got to drive for half of it, just to conquer that. It wasn't really a fear, but just to be able to experience that. I really enjoyed it.
And I will say I've done both UTV tours and the mountain biking. The mountain biking is a lot of fun. So we just didn't have time today for you to do some mountain biking, but maybe someday we'll come back and you can at least start with the rod run, which is the really short trail right over here, and just get comfortable with an e-bike, and we'll maybe go from there.
That sounds like my speed.
So a big thank you to WildSide for inviting us to their grand opening. We're able to sit over here and just relax as the sun is setting, watching bikers come down from the trails. We were able to have some nachos together that were fantastic, and a piece of lemon cake together. So again, a big thank you to WildSide. And if you watched this far in the video, thanks so much for hanging out with us on today's adventure. If you enjoyed what you saw, if you found it helpful, enjoyable in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button down below. And until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure. Break on through to the wild side. That's not the song. That's not it.
No.
WildSide, no, 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 no. You make my heart sing.
You make my heart race.
Whatever, whatever. You make everything
move.
WildSide. WildSide. I think I love you.
But I want to know for sure.
No, no. Wow. WildSide. You make everything groovy. WildSide.